Corporate advertisers are buying censorship and Google Corporation is selling it to them. Know that and remember that. This message provided in the public interest by an interested member of the public. Get interested. Alright, this Men's Rifle Association guy, he made a video, and I'm going to respond to it. Pretty much the same old stuff. The intro you just heard, I'm going to have on every video. And, you know, if somebody else wants to make one, intro, short, little brief thing, statement, words, whatever, something, yeah, I'll put them on my videos. So, let's, you know, do this teach YouTube a lesson kind of thing wherever we can. But anyway, on to the videotape. Hey, it's me. It's too quiet.
And, you know, people still make some jackass comments in my videos about the Fed or the money system. I block the fuckers.
Yeah.
Unless you're willing to make a video and argue this
shit. Yes, jackasses. I'll turn the fucking camera because this guy's bouncing it all over the place.
Your goddamn Fed conspiracies and all the other crap.
Yeah.
The money system. Money's irrelevant to this equation.
Yes.
Debt is relevant. And that was a willful choice. It wasn't something shoved down your goddamn throat by something. You know, just...
Yeah.
Hi, Goldilocks. How you doing? So you don't think the money system is relevant? I wonder if you understand what the money system is.
You know, you're just such an asshole. You want to start videos like this? You got a 1 on your fucking what? Your rugby shirt or something. And you're gonna talk like you know everything, and you're so goddamn blah blah blah, and not responding to anything. You know, nothing. This is gonna be vacant bullshit. How many dollars are in circulation? Do you have the number? When were they put into circulation? How'd they get into circulation? You're gonna do any of that? No. You're just gonna listen to fucking some Alex Jones video and say you think you know the system. You don't know fucking shit. I mean, there's $3 trillion now in circulation. 3 trillion. That's all. All right. That's all the government has printed. 3 trillion, and 1 trillion of it was they printed in the last year because of the stupid crisis. All right. And they put in circulation by buying essentially their own bonds through the banks. So there is a money trail. So if there was so it is essentially created by debt. There is still a debt that exists that can be paid back. The money can be paid back to the federal government. The value can be paid back. So it's just bullshit, asshole. The money isn't the problem. $3 trillion is nothing compared to $13 trillion of directly borrowed money in the bond market, and when you add up all the personal debt that people possess.
Words. I don't think you do. I could be wrong about that. Maybe you have it all figured out, but I don't think so. You had a video about a month ago where you were advocating lowering banking capital requirements, more money for all, which is exactly why we're in the shit we are in at the moment. Okay, first of all, money system.
Yeah, you take this a long way to get there, aren't you? You're going to take this a long way around. So you make the accusation that the reason why we're in the financial crisis we're in now is because somehow the reserve requirement is the wrong number. Instead of 15%, it should have been 18% or 28%. That somehow it was the fact that we had fractional reserve banking that housing inflated in value. And it's just a pile of shit. Okay, I mean, it just is garbage. The fact is that there was lots of rich people with lots of wealth that they've stolen from the labor of the Chinese, and they have to invest it in something because they want to make money on everything, and they want to retain ownership. They want to leverage. They don't want to. They actually don't want to sacrifice anything in their lifestyle, but they still want to gain interest on it as if they own it. Okay, so they'll mortgage their house to take the money to build somebody else a house so they can make money on their house money. Alright, that's how silly the system is. And it's all that leverage that blew the system up, because that created a huge amount of investment capital that didn't really exist, that wasn't really founded or grounded in anything. It just gave people an excuse to charge somebody else interest. So anyway.
Is not capitalism. Capitalism is as old as the hills. It's buying and selling for mutual benefit. It's what we do naturally. That's it.
Yeah, it's what we do naturally. It leads to monarchy, consolidation, then system blows up, okay? The Great Depression was created by capitalism, and it's going to happen again. And systems will keep blowing up because people aren't willing to live under monarchy. They're not stupid enough to live under monarchy, at least not deliberately or willfully. And so when they see it coming, they say, oh, fuck, screw that. We're not playing. You just don't, you're the one who don't get it.
And it's good, and it works. The money system is something else entirely.
Yeah, who's it work for? It doesn't... Nah, where was I? Yeah, it doesn't work for most people on planet Earth. But anyway, let's go. Continue.
It's relatively modern. It's architected. It would not arise naturally. It has prerequisites.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you mean by it wouldn't arise naturally. You mean two people doing barter on a desert island wouldn't figure out, well, let's create money. Yeah, because they could just write down, well, you have that, well, okay, I'll just write a piece of paper that says, you know, you owe me that, you know, or you owe me 3 fish or something. They just write on a piece of paper and have an honest contract. But because we're a big civilization, we need contract, and that's all the paper is. I've explained this. All money is guaranteed contract paper. That's it. It's guaranteed by a government. It's protected from counterfeiting. We can trust its value, where we couldn't trust some IOU you write. Unless I have a government to enforce it, it wouldn't mean anything. Your IOU would be useless to me. So we need a system, a money system. Jackass. It's not that complicated. Fuck
It
you.
requires central banks, lending institutions, and crucially, a fiat currency. It's designed, it's purposefully designed. And when anything's purposefully designed, it's going to benefit some people more than others.
Yeah, right. And they worked all this out. And it really isn't all that fucking bad a system. I mean, really. And the only thing that makes it a little bit tricky is the part where the federal government puts money into the system, okay, to balance the fact that population increases, and so they have to increase the money supply. But the fact of the matter is it's a general benefit, because what it's basically doing is just subsidizing interest rates. So that's sort of a fair deal, because most everybody at one point or another might find advantage to borrowing money, and it's sort of a good idea to allow people to borrow money cheaply, because that way they're more likely to be innovative and do something creative. So fuck you, you're stupid.
If you want to advocate a fair economic system, you need to understand where money comes from, how it comes into existence. We operate, we being the West, and pretty much everyone in the world now, a debt money system.
All money is debt anyway. That's all a money system would ever be, is a debt system. You're basically, like I said, just exchanging IOUs or a deed. Okay? I mean, that's all these transfers ever would mean. You can't transfer a piece of property. You can't just say, here, put the property in your pocket. You have to have a deed. You have to have some sort of piece of paper that represents that value and ownership. And all money is another piece of this transaction paper. It's just a deed. It says if you have a $1 bill, it's $1 worth of stuff that you are entitled to. Period. Not that complicated. God, people.
You said debt is choice. That's what you said. A lot of people imagine there's a pile of money and a pile of debt, and they kind of balance each other out. No.
Yes, they do, unfortunately. You know, there's a pile of stuff. There's a claim to ownership. Okay, so when the federal government borrows money, they're saying basically that we promise to pay it back, and we'll pull it out of our taxpayers' pockets. So when we go to the bond market, we have $13 trillion in debt. Basically, the guarantee is that we'll take our tanks and we'll roll over our citizens to get that money to pay you back. We're guaranteeing that debt, so we'll take the stuff from the people if we have to pay it back. Jackass. That's what taxes are, moron. Paying back what you owe.
It's all debt. That's why it's called a debt money system. Debt is
There's
money.
no other kind of system.
Pretty much all money is debt. In the UK, 98% of money is debt. So you've got two measures. You've got M4, broad money, that's all money. And you've got M1, coins and notes, what you might think of as real money.
Yeah, the other money thing isn't any. The M4 isn't. There's no such thing, okay? That's not, because they only include certain things. It's not a real measure of anything. The only thing that matters is how much currency a government prints and how many bonds it has issued. Period. That's the end of the government's role in any of this shit, moron.
Even though the two are completely interchangeable, obviously. Government doesn't increase money supply by printing. Not normally. They're doing it right now because the system's broken. Normally, under this system, money is created when a lending institution makes a loan to someone or some organisation. That's how money is created.
Right, but it's not created as just generated out of nothing. Okay, what happens is the government opens a deposit account with the bank and creates a deposit that the bank loans. And what the bank does is it puts a bond in that deposit account, a United States bond. All right, so there is a money trail. They don't just create money